Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Times Up Ummah. Today's first news update is coming from Afghanistan, where a big news from Afghan Taliban have came, which saying the Afghan province of Uruzgan will fall back to the Taliban after Australian forces served there for nearly a decade. A fierce fighting has still continued in the province, and the Taliban have the control of 5 districts out of 6 districts in the Uruzgan province, and the provincial capital of Tarin Kot is considered contested. An Afghan expert, Professor Amin Saikal, has said the city is coming under a lot of pressure from the Taliban, and one would not be surprised if Tarin Kot falls back to the Taliban, and that would be the first provincial capital that the Taliban has taken over. He added, there is fighting going on in a number of provinces right now in the country, and one could be expected the fighting to intensify as we approach the withdrawal of foreign forces by 11th of September. All the puppet personnel of the districts and forced fled to a mercy camp in the area where the enemy is still under siege by the Mujahideen. Numerous ammunitions and weapons were seized by the Mujahideen as well. But at the same time, the Afghan security forces has said 26 Taliban terrorists were killed and 28 others were wounded in an operation conducted by the Afghan National Defense and Security Forces with support of the Afghan Air Force and Tora district. Dear viewers, it could be a big news for those who want to know about the Afghan war, because it will be the first province that will be fall back to the Taliban, and it will make mentally Taliban more stronger. Dear viewers, Ashraf Ghani trying to pull back Taliban from these areas where they got full control, but the Afghan government have now very limited resources to fight this brutal battle. Both sides claims that they have casualties and death reports, but these are just the propagandas. If we look at the facts, the Taliban have the upper hand always, because the Afghan civilians supports them, and if you look at the latest reports, Taliban have took control of over 30 districts just in the past 6 weeks, and sources saying Taliban continuously attacking many districts. Dear viewers, as we were told you that the Afghan Taliban have started its jihad, and they will not stop until they conquer the Kabul. Today's second news update is coming from Turkey, where the Turkish and the United States presidents have met for the first time since Biden came into power, when the both countries attempts to reset the strained ties by seeking cause over the security interests across the whole world, especially in Syria and Afghanistan. The Turkish president has said there is no problem with the United States that we can't solve. On the other hand, the United States president has said the meeting was productive and he believed they could make a real progress. The long-time allies' relationship has deteriorated in recent years over the several issues. Washington has criticized Ankara's human rights record and its increasingly assertive rule in the Middle East. Ankara is opposed to the United States' support for the Kurdish fighters in Syria. The United States penalized Turkey over its purchase of Russian S-400 missile defense system. And also the Biden administration has recognized the mass killing of Armenians in early 20th centuries as a genocide, which Turkey said it hurts us. Mr. Biden has vowed to take a tough stance on the governments he viewed as authoritarian, including Turkey's, in spite of the country's role as an ally on the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and the United States security partner. Mr. Biden has also been critical of Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as the new administration seeks to overhaul relations with the autocrats that enjoyed a warmer reception from the former President Donald Trump. But Erdogan faces a range of domestic pressure, including an economy that is struggling from the coronavirus pandemic and the fallout from his firing of the Turkish central bank chief in March. The surprise decision prompted foreign investors to flee and caused the currency to slide in value. The strong economic and political relationship with the United States would help bolster his stock at home. Ilhan Uzgil, an independent Turkish analyst, has said Erdogan is in trouble in every aspect of the political and economic life and in foreign policy. He needs the United States support desperately. Dear viewers, the United States has decided to withdraw its all forces from Afghanistan, and Turkey wants to keep its forces in the Kabul airport and secure and run the airport. But Taliban has said all foreign forces should leave Afghanistan, including Turkey. But Turkey wants to restore the strained ties with the United States, and maybe Turkey thinks if we keep our forces in Kabul airport, it will normalize the relationship. Turkey has some issues with the United States, especially in Syria, where Turkey said the United States supporting the terrorist groups inside the Syria, which carrying out attacks on the Turkish soldiers. And furthermore, Turkey has good ties with Russia and China, which is apparently against the United States policy. The United States nowadays struggle to counter the China, and they want to do everything for it, but Turkey has still ties with them. Today's third news update is coming from Israel, where the Israeli fighter jets have targeted several physicians in Gaza for the second time when Bennett came into power. Their viewers recently both have battled 11 days of war, and Israel have bombarded Gaza for 11 days and have killed over 250 Palestinians, including 66 children. According to Palestinian sources, the Israeli missiles have targeted several physicians belonging to the armed groups in Gaza. There was a civil administration building east of Jabalia in the north was also targeted, in addition to an agricultural field east of the southern town of Khan Yunis, and there were no reports of casualties and deaths. And the Hamas spokesman has said in a statement that the occupation bombing of the resistance site is a demonstrative show by the new Israeli government. He added the resistance will be on the lookout in defense of our people and our holy sites. And also the Hamas media has reported the Israeli drone was downed. The Israeli media also reported they attacked Hamas targets inside the Gaza Strip in response to the launching of incendiary balloons towards Israel. Palestinian fighters have been launching the balloons for the third day running on Thursday. The balloons are basic devices intended to set fire to farmland and bush near the border with Gaza. But in a statement, the Israeli army has said it will continue to destroy Hamas military capabilities and structures and hold it responsible for the attacks. The United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Thursday spoke with the Israeli Foreign Minister Yair Lapid to discuss security issues and the ongoing challenges to Israel. Dear viewers, the United States State Department spokesman has said the Secretary discussed the United States commitment to the Israel security, the importance of the United States-Israel bilateral relationship, and the need to improve Israeli-Palestinian relations in practical ways. He added Secretary Blinken and Minister Lapid underscored the strong partnership between the United States and Israel and America's unwavering support for the Israel security. Dear viewers, the most shameful thing for the United States is Israel bombing civilians in Gaza, and the United States continues to Israeli support, and the United States even can't condemn the Israeli brutal violence of the human rights. The Israeli new government is quite anti-Muslim government, and they will continue its attacks on the Gaza ahead. The new Prime Minister intends to expel Palestinians from their land, but we will see what will be coming next. Dear viewers, if you want to watch top news of the day, please subscribe Times of Ummah.